I mean, because they're... Anyway, this would be Tuesday, November 5th. We're not talking about kidnapping teenagers because we could talk about that all day. So this would be my regular class, not the advanced one. There is a bell work behind me. We had homework due today, but if you're not here, I'm sure you have the homework done because responsibility and stuff like that. And then for the bell work, you're going to do what's called a battle haiku. We're going to write 3 haiku on the bell work side of your paper, which is on the right-hand side. And then make sure you follow the haiku directions, which is the 5, and then this 7, and 5, and then make sure it's 3 lines. And then it does not have to be about nature. This is where you get to write it where you are attacking a famous person. It cannot be a student at school. No meanness to them. Just meanness to the famous people who put themselves out there. We're going to read a couple here for those of you who are at home. If you want to pause so that we don't influence your brain, you may. But we're going to throw a couple of them out there to try and help people. And then we're going to get into actual learning stuff. Do you guys have questions aside from can I read?
Can I read?
I'm just checking to see. So you have a question? I was just checking to make sure. All right. I just was making sure I was ignoring you all properly so I knew what I was doing. So as you go through, I'm going to count your syllables. So you're going to have to do a line, stop, do a line, stop. So I make sure we have all of your syllables correct. If not, then we're going to have to make you like fiximicate it and stuff like that. Jada. No, you just pick one. Don't get greedy. Hang on. What?
Do you like pineapple pizza?
No, it's disgusting. Right, I don't like pineapple, period. I'm not a pineapple fan. Like pineapple gum is trash, but that's just my opinion. What? Pineapple gum. Sorry, Jada?
Hey sisters, it's me.
Hey sisters, it's me. Good.
More like, hey brothers, you stink.
More like, hey brothers, you stink.
You flashback Mary.
You flash back Mary. That works. Nicely done. Go you. AJA?
Oh, no. Mr. Brovicast
That's 5. I've done that one before.
likes to torture kids and self,
Likes to torture kids and self,
but he can be nice.
but he can't be nice. Well, I know you're going to throw lies in there. But sure. Nicely done. Cozy?
Okay. Mr. Brovicast.
Good.
Okay. Likes to harm children for fun.
Likes to harm children for fun. Good.
He takes your own points.
Takes your own points. And he does. Nicely done. Elijah.
Mr. Brovicast
Good.
is a big green fat bully.
Big green is a big green fat bully. Good.
He likes charging points.
He likes charging points. Any particular reason you use the word green? Like all the other ones I could see. I was just.
I imagine you sometimes as a booger.
I've heard worse. I was just trying to figure out why the green was put in there. Like all the other ones, I was like, I could understand. Samuel?
Alright, Mr. Brovicast
Good.
is a scary man child.
Scary. Is a scary man. Child's only 1, so you're 1 short.
Oh, I thought
No, so
child.
Child.
Okay. Well,
you try to do it the British way. Child. Still only 1. That's right, you'll fix it.
somebody help me.
Somebody help you. Nicely done. All right. Addie.
They are all shooky.
They shooken.
Shooky.
They are all shooken. Okay.
Definitely cannot compare. Definitely cannot compare.
Definitely cannot come. Definitely. Wait. Definitely is 4. Definitely. Well, we can do. Hang on. Definitely can't compare. Nice one. Good fix.
At all in their life.
At all in their life. Well done. All right.
I fixed
Ty?
it.
We told on you what happened.
One more time.
We told on you what happened.
We told on you.
Pull up.
We pull up.
Pull up on you.
What happened?
That's we have to have 5 in the first line.
Yeah.
We pull up on you would be 5, and then your second line is going to be 7.
What happened? Your guys would stop freaking capping.
What happened? What happened? And then
The guys would stop freaking capping.
the guys. We're going to have to come back to your counting on that one. And then your last line. It's good. We'll come back to you on that one too. I like your confidence though. Caleb?
This is about you.
Of course not. Okay. Unless you'll start off with Mr. Broviac, then I'm going to call shenanigans.
What?
I said unless your first line is Mr. Broviac, then I'm going to call shenanigans. That's probably about me.
What does that mean?
Because you said this is not about you. Then you're like, you're my first line, Mr. Broviac. I'm like, I was just taunting you. It's okay. Ignore me, like most kids.
A dirty, smelly rat.
Hey, whoa.
Oh, sorry.
Dirty. A dirty smell. So do you have A? So just dirty, smelly rat. No A. Okay.
Has Liza or ties that are uglier than Shrek.
Has ties. Has ties that are uglier.
Oh, oops.
And your last line?
Ugly Shrek.
Beard needs a good shape.
Beard needs a good shape. Nice one. Except for the little bit of counting issues, it's not too bad.
You know, I hope you know he
And
made
Gavin,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
He has posted cringe.
He has posted cringe. Keep going.
His Roblox blue hair gives me AIDS.
His Roblox?
Yes.
His Roblox blue hair gives me...
Oh.
Aw.
That's alright, counting is hard. And your last line?
He beats me to death.
He beats me to death. Except for counting, not bad. There's where we're... Oh, London, my last one. And now we're going to move on.
Mr. Broviac
Good.
has many crazy things in his room.
Has many crazy things in his room. Counting is hard. Keep going. And your next line?
Oh, stink.
But they're all
But they're all from kids. Nicely done. Except for
Seriously?
that second line. Yeah. So, yeah, counting, we're getting there. Counting to 7 apparently is quite the challenge. But not bad. If you're not done with your battle haiku, then you can leave it out so that you have less homework. As opposed to having out your math homework, which then would become my homework, I'd have to then take from you, but you guys would never do something like that. And then let's pick on 2 more of you guys to get points
Let's go
here.
Garcia.
Then we're going to get to our fun thing.
Oh, no.
And no one who has already gone gets to volunteer to any
Let's
new.
go.
Who was my second person to go yesterday?
Jace.
Jace was my second one. Ruggles, pick a number between 2 and 24.
12.
12 it is. Now pick up or down, because that person's already gone.
Down.
Down it is. RJB.
You should have picked up. It
congratulations.
would have been him.
Who's him?
And RJB, pick a number between 2
I
and
like
24. 6 it is. Pick up or down, that person's already gone. Up it is. Piper. Congratulations. Alright. RJB, up you go. And Piper, don't give me the death stare. I did not pick you. I am completely innocent. Alright.
Mr. Brovec.
And we have... Good, and? And? Good enough for me. Well done, RJB.
That's Whisper.
5 points. Bing, 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 bing.
5 points. Ding, 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 ding. Piper! And?
Take his
You.
pencil away
Good?
I can keep getting there.
Good, and? What are we doing with the nouns? Starts with the C, ends with impairing. The of is what you will do. Say all the words is what you will do. Good job, Piper. We struggled through it together. All right.
3 points.
3 points. Kind of scary. Got our 3 points. Now, let's see, to there we have a handouty thing. So on handouty thing is, if you go to backside, left-hand side, there's a poem over there called Injust. When we were doing stanzas, I had you guys take a look at that one, and you were like, there's so many weird bits to it. And I was like, I agree, there are so many weird bits to it. I figure if you want it back, we can trade later. If not, I'll just keep
Never
taking
giving
more
him
and more
one
things.
pencil.
That's fine. We all make choices. I have this time during lunch for you to come in. And so on this one, we're going to take a look at the poem In Just. Oh, we have to back up again from Anjo. Once again, stanzas. Remember what a stanza is. So Anjo, what is a stanza? Nice. Are you asking me?
No, it's paragraph.
Nice one. And Anjo, how do you know where one stanza ends, the next begins?
Appeals in space.
Nice one. You have the big space on it. So Caleb, if we're going to look at the poem In Just, which is up here or on the handout in front of you, how many stanzas do we have in this poem? Because in a moment we're going to have volunteers go through and do that reading thing and stuff like that. Close. Nicely done. So we have a total of 9 stanzas on this one. So in a moment here, when Jada volunteers to read the first stanzas, she's going to read stanza 1, 2, 3, 4 that we see over on there. And then Samuel, thank you for volunteering to read the next ones. And I'm going to have you read stanzas 5 through 9. One of the reasons why I like this poem, after they get done reading it, you are pretty much going to have no idea what is going on in this poem. They're going to get done and you're going to go, I'm pretty sure those are just a collection of random words. And I'm like, it does look like a collection of random words. And then we're going to do like an explaining thing. And then once I get done explaining, you're going to go, what? It was that easy? And I'm going to go, yeah, it was that easy. So this is a poem where you get to go from it making no sense to a fun explanation-y bit, and all of a sudden it making all kinds of sense. Yay. All right. Jada, you may begin.
And just spring when the world is malicious. The little lame balloon man whistles far and wee. And Eddie and Bill come running from marbles and
Piracies.
Piracies in the spring. And the world is puddle wonderful.
Well done.
Alright. The queer old blue man whistles far and wee, and Betty and Dismal come. Wait, that's Dismal.
Betty Isbell.
Oh. Come dancing from hopscotch and jump rope, and it's spring, and the goat-footed blue man whistles far and wee.
Nicely done. Poem totally makes sense. I know. So you
It
have,
does.
it's just spring. When the world is mud luscious, the little lame balloon man whistles far and wee. And Eddie and Billy come running from marbles and piracies, and it's spring. When the world is puddle wonderful, the queer old balloon man whistles far and wee. And Betty and his book of dancing from hopscotch and jump rope, and it's spring, and the goat-footed balloon man whistles far and wee. I appreciate you having your hands up, but I haven't asked a question yet. So, first off, getting into it. If you feel you understand it, go you. You get to help guide other kids. So the first thing was going to be finding evidence in poem to get a chance to start off with on that one. Caleb, let's go with for when is our poem taking place? Evidence in there to tell us when the poem is occurring? What was your evidence?
It says spring.
Good job, man. And so it says spring right there. Now, when it says in just spring, that's telling you what part of spring it is. Beginning, middle, end. So if it is just spring, is that beginning, middle, or end of spring?
Beginning.
Let's find out.
Because it's just.
Those of you who say,
Oh, God.
I'm not God, he's talking. If you say beginning, you have 3 choices, beginning, middle, end. If you say beginning of spring, raise hand. If you say middle of spring, and if you say end of spring, not bad. In just spring, let's back up. What season comes before spring?
Winter.
Nicely done. So let's say this is winter, and this little line right there is the separation between winter and spring. And this little tan part is going to be springtime, and this is winter. And you're going along going, winter, 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 spring. And so you have just stepped across that line.
Exactly.
You're going in winter, and you're like, I'm in winter, just spring. And so the poem is taking place where you are just touching into spring. Where it is literally yesterday, winter, today, spring. And so you are just at the very beginning of spring, the very beginning bits. Ooh, let's back up. What is on ground during winter?
Snow.
So when you get to spring, what is on ground?
Melt.
Nicely done. Melty, nasty stuff everywhere, which pops up here in poems. Next up, so we have our just spring.
Scary person
We
that
also
has balloons?
think we're going to get to
Pennywise.
mud luscious. And so mud lush is the idea that you have that snow that's melted everywhere. You might not know this. We're going to have a bunch of like kids that show up in the poem in a moment. And when you have all that snow that melts and you get to springtime and the little kids are super excited to go outside and their parents are like, it's dirty outside. And the kids are like, don't care. And they're like, I get to go outside. And they get to run around outside and they see like the mud everywhere and they're like splashing around in the mud, like smashing the mud on themselves. And the parents are like, what's wrong with you? And the kids are like, don't care. That's what we're getting into here, where you have these kids that are all super excited, playing around in the mud, because it's that time of year where they just finally get to go outside. They've been trapped inside for months on end. They're like, yay, mud! And so children are not disgusting. Children are our future Jace. And so here you have the fact that they're talking about it being mud luscious, and the fact that the kids don't care about the fact it's muddy out. They're just excited to be outside and playing in it and stuff like that. By the way, there's another word or phrase in the poem that explains how excited the kids are to be outside, playing in the fact that they're not trapped indoors anymore, and they get to enjoy all the nasty natural weather that's going to be out there.
Running from marbles and piracies.
AJA?
Oh, no. Why are the names going?
Right. And so there's another word in there that's going to tell you that they're excited to be outside playing. Cozy?
Wait, never mind.
So it feels like we're swinging well so far. Micah?
Wonderful.
Nicely done, Micah. Where it comes down there and says, puddle wonderful, that once again, as you guys become bigger people, and you're like walking to school and you see puddles, you don't want to step in them because then you have nasty foot, and you have to have like nasty foot all day at school, and you're like, oh man, my new Uggs. But if you're a little kid and you see the puddles, you're like, puddle, skipish, 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 and the puddles become a wonderful, joyous thing to you, and you have that puddle wonderful experience. Then, Balloon Man, our main character we get into with poem. Yeah. Now we have Pennywise, who would be a balloon man. But what does a balloon man do?
He had children in sewer spots.
No.
Yes.
That's just that one particular.
Whistle. Plus it's spring.
Hang on. My eager kids.
No.
Do you know what a balloon man is?
Yeah.
A man that gives out balloons.
There you go. There's also a Disney movie that was based on the idea of a balloon man.
Oh, okay.
Because a balloon man is like at carnivals or fairs, and all they literally do is walk around with a bunch of balloons and sell them to kids, and the kids get all excited. They run up like, I want to buy a balloon. And then you have
This is Eddie.
the Disney movie.
Yeah, that's right.
Up at, if you remember the beginning of it, he was a balloon man that worked at the zoo, and that's where he has his wife.
Dang it.
What is it? It says Clown Man.
Tomorrow, we're going to get to more learning and magic limbs and poetry homework and all kinds of wonderful things that bring small children happiness like puddles and mud.
Mr. Bro.